Alright, I'm doing this on a new phone, so let's see how it goes. Hope it works. Trent, well, after months and months and months of uncertainty, but we sort of knew, didn't we? It looks like he's going. Hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but every indication is that he is on his way to Real Madrid. So I wanted to give my perspective on it. I've read loads about this on fan groups, loads of fallout from it. On one side, look, he's been here since he was 6. He's paid his dues, he's won everything with the club, and he's earned the right to do what he wants. That's one school of thought. The other school of thought is he's a traitor. He sold the club out. He's a disgrace. So much about, I'm just a local lad living the dream, and now he's slinging his hook and he's on his way. So where do I stand in all of that? Right in the middle. I'm not saying he's a traitor, and I'm not saying good luck to him, I hope everything goes well because he's paid his dues, blah blah blah. And let me explain why. Yeah, he's helped us to win the lot, but he's a Liverpool lad and he's living the dream that most scousers like me growing up, and Liverpool fans around the world growing up, it would be the greatest thing that could ever possibly happen to us, would be to play for Liverpool Football Club. And he's done that and he's given it up to go somewhere else. He doesn't need the money. He's wealthy already, beyond his wildest dreams. And there's this argument made by generally non-Liverpool fans that say, it's Real Madrid, you know, you can't turn down Real Madrid. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And loads and loads and loads of players have done it. And I'll tell you, just from my perspective, if I'd have ever got the chance to play for Liverpool Football Club, I don't care who came knocking. I wasn't moving on. And I know there'll be people going, you don't know that. Blah. I know. If I'd have ever put that red shirt on and ran out at Anfield, nothing would be better than that at any stage in my career. And I would have stayed there right till the very end. But that's just me. It's not like you're leaving a mid-table club or you're leaving a lower level club and you happen to be from that area. No, he's leaving a club that right now is one of the best clubs in Europe, if not the best. I know we got knocked out by PSG, but we were favourites to win that. And we're on an upward trajectory with this manager. Things can only get better from here. You're leaving a club that is on the verge of sealing its 20th title, your hometown club. But Trent's not just a Liverpool lad who's a Liverpool player. He's the vice captain. He's clearly being groomed as a future captain at age 26. Virgil, not going to talk about Virgil today, but whether he stays or goes, a couple more years, the captaincy would be there for Trent to take. And he's given that up as well, to move to Madrid. He'd be captain probably for about 5 or 6 years, well into his 30s. The other thing he's given up is the status of legend. Now I know we have all these legends games and all sorts of players play, but there are genuine bona fide legends of the club. And then there are genuine great players of the club who are not bona fide legends. Examples of players who could have been legends. Steve McManaman went to Real Madrid. Michael Owen, I'll skip my next comments. Felipe Coutinho, Gini Wijnaldum, Fernando Torres, and going way back, Kevin Keegan. Now, all of them in their own right were great players. None of them have got a standing with Liverpool fans that matches what they did for the club and what they achieved for the club because of how they left. Now there's other players, Roger Hunt, Ian Callaghan, St. John, look them up kids, Ron Yates, Kenny Dalglish, John Barnes, Al Nansen, Robbie Fowler, and Ian Rush, who are all legends of the club. Now Ian Rush did leave. He got off, played for Juventus, but didn't work out, so he came back. So he retained his legendary status, and of course he happens to also be the greatest goal scorer we've ever had, so that helps. But these are legends, and they're legends because they dedicated themselves to Liverpool Football Club. They're not all scousers. Look at the greatest of them all, Kenny Dalglish, from Scotland, but he's there every game at Anfield, an ambassador for the club. Look at the likes of Barnes and Fowler, and they fly the flag for the club the way that the aforementioned ones, the ones who got off for various reasons, the one who went free transfers to get away from the club, will never experience again. He's given that up. Because even though there will be fans out there, and there are fans out there who are wishing him well and saying he owes us nothing and blah blah blah, and they hope he goes and does great, that's not enough for him to be of legendary status in the club. Had he stayed till the end of his tenure, had he become captain, he's already got every trophy. He's about to get a second Premier League title, hopefully, and probably more to come, but he's given it all up, and he'll just be another player at Real Madrid. So let's talk about who we're losing. Trent, the player. This opinion might divide a few people. It probably will divide a few people. What opinion doesn't? But let's talk about the positives. Trent is one of the greatest passers of the ball that the English top flight has ever seen. He's absolutely stunning. Some of the things he does, no one else can do. Some of his forward play, his creativity, his final passes are breathtaking. It's a joy to watch, is what it is, when Trent is in full flow, going that way. But he's not always going that way, is he? Because when he's going that way, he's flying. And I tell you what, he can't half move. But he doesn't seem to be able to run that fast when he's coming that way, going backwards. And it's been an issue throughout his Liverpool career. He's always been defensively suspect. He has. It's a fact. He bombs forward and he jogs back. And he gets caught out of position and he jogs back. And he allows other players to have to come and do his job for him. These are facts. We've all seen it. And two examples this season, Man United and Man City with Doku, both targeted Trent and had the most joy that they've probably had all season. The left-hand side of Man United, I've never seen them have that much joy against any other right-back that they did that day against Trent. And Doku set some type of record for going past his marker the most times ever in a Premier League game, going past Trent. They're just two examples of what's been going on for a long time. Trent does not like to tackle. He does not like to get back. He does not like to bust the gut to get back. And he's suspect on the far post. And he's suspect in that entire right back area with people skipping past him, getting by him too easily. And that has the knock-on effect of Konate has to vacate his central spot to go and help him out. Sometimes to just help him out when they're both there, but sometimes because he's way over there somewhere, not getting back. And I don't think Slot particularly cares for that. You've seen it this year. Trent has not been able to bomb forward as much under Slot. He got away with it under Klopp. Klopp's whole idea of attack was the two wing backs and three unbelievably dynamic forwards. And it worked a treat. And we were so much on the front foot, the defensive side of things didn't get particularly exposed because we had that very, very high functioning midfield. Slot doesn't work that way. I believe Slot wants a master technician in every area of the pitch. And if you think about all of our players, the first 11, they're master technicians. Yeah, Andy Robbo has lost a yard this season, I think it's fair to say. But he has been absolutely brilliant, both defensively and going forward. Konate, Van Dijk, Alisson, master technicians. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, master technicians. I'd say Gakpo, Jota when he's at his best, and Salah, master technicians. Trent isn't. Trent is not a master technician in his role. He's an absolute master technician of the advanced forward wing-back role, but he is not in any way a master technician when it comes to defending the right-hand side of the Liverpool final third. And that's been exposed by the likes of Brentford, Bournemouth, other low-level teams who happen to have a decent winger, of actually being able to base their entire tactical game on attacking our right-back area. And it has happened time and time and time again. I don't think Slot is okay with a right wing back, only doing half the job. And in reserve, coming up through the ranks, who has done a brilliant job already, is one Conor Bradley. And Conor Bradley has shown, think of some of those tackles, those tackles that have now become YouTube classics. One on Mbappe, one he did the other week, where he will run through a brick wall to defend that box. And he will also get forward at the right time, similar to Andy Robbo. How often does Andy Robertson get caught upfield? He hardly does, or hardly hasn't in past seasons. A little bit more this season, but that's not because of his positional play. He's just lost a step. But Conor Bradley has got it. He's not as brilliant as Trent in the final third, who is, but he's not half good in the final third. And he is excellent defensively. And he's a young lad, and he's learning his trade, and he can make that place his own now. So he's going to get better and better and better. And I think why that matters so much to Slot is because that area of the pitch, that right back area, should be an area that is completely dominated by the person who is picked to play there. It shouldn't require the right centre half to come and do the job so many times during the game. The right centre half should be dealing with the right centre half position of the pitch. And when Conor Bradley is on the pitch, Canate can do that. And when Trent is on the pitch, he's always got a second job to do. So what I'm saying is, yeah, Trent will be a loss. And I know I'm not going to talk about Salah and Van Dijk, but they'll be more of a loss if those two don't sign. But Trent will be a loss, but there's silver liners to it as well in terms of our defensive stability going forward. But there is one area where I've got massive sour grapes, and that is that he ran down his contract and he's leaving for nothing, and that's not right. That one hurts. That one hurts the club that has made him. Yeah, he's made himself. Every player makes himself, but that club has made him from age 6, and he's walking away for absolutely nothing. A 70 to 100 million pound player, let's say, is walking away for absolutely nothing. And it's up to the player to sign a contract. He could have signed the contract and he still could have gone. Real Madrid would pay 50 million with 1 year left on his contract, but they haven't had to because he's ran it down like a couple of the other aforementioned people before him who are not legends. For me, that disrespects the club and it disrespects the fans. The hard-working, hard-paying fans who put so much of their income into supporting this team, he walks away for nothing. And sorry Trent, but that's not on, mate. It's not on. No player, certainly no homegrown player playing for Liverpool Football Club should ever do that. So that one does stick in the throat. So there we go. See you, Trent. Off you go. Off you go to Madrid. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything you have given us. I mean that. Thanks for all the trophies. Thanks for the brilliant assists. Thanks for the fantastic play in the final third that has helped us win all of these trophies. And I'd like to say I wish you well, but I don't wish you ill, and I don't wish you well. I don't actually care. I don't have any emotional attachment to you now. You can just go, and whatever happens at Madrid, it happens. I won't be following it. I won't be caring if it's going well for you. I won't be caring if it's not going well for you. It won't matter. You're just another player now in another kit playing for one of our challenges for the big pots in Europe. That's all you will be from this point on. Because in the end, players can leave clubs. Players can even be forced out of clubs if they're not doing a job or they're not good enough. And we might see some of that coming up in the post-season where some players are let go. But you weren't let go. You had the world at your feet and you decided to not sign a contract, and you decided to stay quiet over the last 6 months and say nothing to the fans, and you've decided to leave on a free and go to Real Madrid, and that's on you. But you know what? Liverpool Football Club has lost many brilliant players, far better than you, in the past, and has gone on to greater and greater success. And I believe that when you look back in 5 years, you will see that you left the greatest club on the planet and you have joined one that is not. Conor Bradley, come back quick, mate. Get ready, because your career is about to take off, and I can't wait to watch you in action over the next several seasons. Conor, you're taking the right back position for the greatest club in the world. You'll never walk alone. See you, Trent. Ta-ra.